you free.
Anybody. And today, my guest is one who goes by the name Bryn and is known to be a person who has a great weight that they carry with them at all time, a physical burden. Hello, Bryn.
Hello, Anja.
So your physical burden takes a form. What is that form?
I feel like it takes many forms, as it does for us all. But the main physical form is the backpack. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I see you have a backpack on the chair here. What's the deal with you and backpacks? Why the obsession?
Before I answer your question, I'd like to start with a quote.
Okay.
Being ready is self-care. Preparedness doesn't mean you're scared of everything. It makes you trust yourself to show up when things get hard. For yourself, for your people, for your community. It is not about fear. It is about refusing to be helpless in a world that keeps testing us.
Who's the guru behind the quote?
Somebody named Envy, that's all it says.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Are you envious of envy?
No. I think that I've been gifted a very beautiful sentiment.
Yes.
With that.
Yes. So you are prepared. What situations are you ready for?
I think it's a difference between the word preparedness is tough for me. Because I think that there is a difference between being prepared and being equipped, right? I think especially a lot of times when I hear the word prepared from other people, it has a very specific connotation. Which is a lot of camouflage and intensity.
Like a doomsday.
Yes,
yeah. Okay. Prepper. Yeah.
Yes. And there's a level of distance that I like to keep from that because obviously there are important things that go along with that, but also there's a lot, and similar to what that quote was talking about, it can be very fear associated, what is going to happen? Who's going to hurt me? Blah blah blah. And I feel like my thoughts behind it are just having what I need for me and the people around me. And you have to get those things from point A to point B, i.e. the backpack.
Gotcha. Yeah. So there's still some level of potential anxiety that informs things, but it's not a sinister belief that we're about to endure a nuclear catastrophe.
Exactly. Totally.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess maybe the best way for us to do this is to first describe your backpack. Would you describe your backpack?
Yeah. So I'll break it down in a physical way. So my backpack is relatively large, but I will say it holds exactly the amount of things that I keep with me. I'm very critical of backpacks that are hanging down to your butt and are half empty. I've been very intentional about getting a bag that is accommodating for what I need on a day-to-day basis without being cavernous, if you will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you take into account ergonomics?
Yeah, of course.
And
billion. Yes. Back support.
Yes.
Yeah. If you're wearing a backpack all the time, let me tell you what, it takes a toll. But it is large. It is green. On the back, there are two, I'm going to say roughly 7-inch carabiners protruding.
What are those for? Are you going to go mountain climbing?
No, I don't really climb. But the amount of things that those have been useful for blows me away. So sometimes I'll take this bag camping. I'll put my bedroll in there. I can get a skateboard on the back of this bag by putting the wheels in said carabiners. Anything if I have a jacket and I get too hot, because my backpack is exactly the right size, that is the one con where if you have to put anything extra in there, it can be a little frustrating. But so those serve the function of that.
Yeah, you can hook a lot of things
You
onto
can
them.
hook a lot of things.
Yeah, and these are like the jumbo carabiners. Like these look like you really could climb a mountain with them and you wouldn't die.
Yeah, I think they would need locks. These ones don't have locks.
Ah,
Yeah.
See, I don't know the difference. Okay, so yeah, give us a tour. What else you got going on with your backpack? What are some of the things you have prepared?
Yeah. And again, I think like it's really just having what I need for myself and others on a day-to-day basis.
What's
is
this thing between the carabiners?
That is a fan.
Okay.
I do a lot of camping, and like I also just get hot. I'm moving around a lot.
It's like a handheld fan, but it's not fan shaped. So
yeah, it's a box.
it looks like a speaker.
Yeah, totally. But
Yeah.
I use it to like start fires or like, if I
Can
get
it
hot.
can it move like a pile of leaves? Like how powerful
No,
is the
not
fan?
at all.
Okay.
Not terribly. It's enough to keep me cool and like fan some embers if I'm starting a fire. So it also doubles as a portable charger. So that's where that lives.
And what are you charging in the portable charger? Cell phones? What else?
On the front of this bag, you can't really tell. I'm outside at night a lot.
Why?
So for various definitely
What are you doing out there?
permissible reasons. So I have flashlights on the front. And yeah, there's a myriad of things.
Okay. Yeah. What else you got on your bag? In your bag? What?
I do keep a Nalgene full of trail mix. I get a lot of questions about that in public. A lot of times old men will come up to me and be like, "Are you pickling something in there?" But the Nalgene truly best vessel for trail mix because then you can just drink it.
That's a water bottle?
It's a water bottle.
Okay.
Yeah, 32 entire ounces of trail mix.
So you don't even keep liquids in there?
No, just
Okay.
solids. Yeah. And it's airtight, so it stays fresh in there. Game changer. And
Yeah.
every backpack has 2 water bottle pockets, and I already have water. So it's like, what else do you put in there? Trail mix
Yeah.
in a water bottle.
Yeah. What are some of the things that people aren't expecting that you always have in your backpack?
Wow, what an incredible question. That's tough. I think really the carabiners on the outside throw people for a loop most often. That because they're so visible, and like I said previously, protruding. I get the most questions about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I would say interior for like my own personal, what I think people would be surprised by. I have been caught without a utensil too many times.
Yeah.
Okay. I do keep a set of collapsible chopsticks in there for when I'm without a utensil.
So they kind of like they compress into themselves.
Yes.
They telescope.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. One time on my show, we had a woman who keeps soap in a chapstick tube because she doesn't want to have to use foaming soap.
Totally. That's so real. That's something I kind of wanted to talk about too, like the specific, because like obviously I carry specific things.
Yeah.
But it is so interesting to me, like, because humans are a tool creature, right?
Yes. We use tools.
Yes.
That's
and
what
I
you
think that is the main difference between us and animals. Like when it all got started, it was that. Like we can use a tool,
So as Bryn, as an animal, you are a unique earthling. What are some of the tools that are unique to you that you utilize more so than other people?
I will say there's obviously like a carabiner theme. Mm-hmm. I feel as though I've gotten very creative in the ways that I use carabiners. Mm-hmm. I have one on my earring. I have a chain on my pants that is made entirely out of carabiners. Mm-hmm. A big tip is if you are using a backpack to keep carabiners on the front straps. If I'm carrying groceries upstairs, if I that's my most prevalent example. I use that all the time. Like 3 trips of groceries done by me and my backpack, 1 trip. That has been an absolute game changer. Carabiners on the front backpack strap.
Yeah, so I'm seeing endless purpose. Has having a backpack on you with the girth that it has and the things that it provides, has that ever created a situation of inconvenience for you in daily life? Is it ever like, oh gosh, I wish I didn't have a backpack right now?
And that is tough because when I don't have one, there is a feeling of loss.
Describe us. What's the situation and what happens to you physiologically?
The most recent is I was at a market, like
what kind of a market?
An artist market.
Okay, yeah.
Support your local artist.
Yep.
And I have a lot of backpacks, but I had this one, the big one, and it was in the Anodyne in Walker's Point, which it's tight in there.
Yeah.
And it was packed. And I felt like a huge doofus because my backpack was so huge. And I easily could take up the space of 1.5 people when that's on me.
Yeah.
So being in a constrictive room with that, I audibly said out to the people that I was with that I felt like a huge doofus because of how massive
yeah.
my backpack was.
Yeah. So say you go to like a museum or like a concert or a store and they're like, you have to remove your backpack. What happens?
Yeah. Like I said, there's a pretty significant feeling of loss. Really the biggest thing is I'm a chronic water drinker, like probably over a gallon a day. And that I think is the biggest con is like backpack is off and I don't have my water.
Is that the main reason why you carry a backpack with you everywhere, would you say?
Yeah. But that I would say is probably 25% of that equation.
Yeah. Would you say, so are you a person who uses cars or no?
I find driving to be a very separate experience. And I don't enjoy that. I do own a motor vehicle, but I elect to take the bus a lot of the time. I do also have an electric skateboard and roller skates, roller blades, bicycle, regular skateboard, yada yada.
Yeah, because I will say that I tend to associate backpacks with the lifestyle of not being car dependent.
Sure.
Yes.
I think for me too, it really started like when I was a kid, being stuck somewhere, wishing I had a specific thing. Like similar to the utensil thing of, oh, I wish I had a utensil right now, or oh, I wish I could brush my teeth, or I wish I could
do you
put
keep
on sunscreen.
Toothpaste and toothbrush?
I do keep a toothbrush and toothpaste on there.
Yeah.
Deodorant, hand sanitizer. Yeah, because the amount of times that I live a relatively traveling life. The amount of times I've been caught without something and been like, oh,
yeah,
I want it. This sucks.
Do you keep something in there to keep yourself warm?
Gloves.
Yeah.
Always. That's the thing that gets cold for me the fastest. And I'm usually wearing a hood, so like gloves will get me. But yeah, those live in there all the time. Just like a thin pair of gloves.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on sling bags?
I used to carry a sling bag for a long time. So I say this with experience and suffering. The distribution of weight on your back when you're wearing it for longer than any longer than, I'm going to say, 2 hours. That's absolutely pushing it. The distribution of weight really does start to hurt. And I think like that's why I'm backpack, not tote bag, not yada yada, whatever else. Backpack specific because it is both. And obviously having anything on your person is going to be draining to some extent.
Yeah.
But having it the weight spread equally makes more of a difference than you would guess.
How do you feel when they make you switch your backpack to wearing it in the front of your body instead of the back? What happens?
That hasn't really happened to me.
Because I've been in like museums with like a backpack before, and they make me switch the backpack to the front of me, and all of a sudden I feel maternal, like I am with child.
That has never happened to me in my life.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I was curious if that had, but I guess not.
No. The thing that used to be the toughest is going to a movie.
Oh, tell us more.
Yes. I will say, shout out the Oriental. They don't hassle me. I go there.
They don't discriminate on backpacks.
Yes. And I don't really enjoy popcorn, so I bring said Nalgene full of trail mix with me to the movies because that's what I want to be eating at the movies.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm breaking a rule, Oriental. Sorry if you hear this and you're mad at me about it, but it brings me so much joy.
Yeah.
But in other movie theaters, there's nothing. You can't bring anything. Including water, which
it never stopped me.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean, I have the excuse of being like, I'm sorry, I'm allergic to everything.
Yes. There were a lot of lies that I thought of if anyone did ever give me crap about having a water bottle.
Yeah.
Just to be like, no, don't take it from me. I want it. I don't want to buy your stupid cup and then throw it away.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. What do you notice about other people with their backpacks that you see them doing wrong?
Yes. Okay, so a step back from the backpack itself.
Okay.
The lack of things on most people's person, I think, is the inherent issue that I have. Because I think, and I'm going to sound like a boomer, but there's an assumption that the phone does all, right? And similar to what I was talking about before, human beings are inherently a tool creature. We have access to more tools, air quote, than we ever have in the history of ever. And the idea that we're foregoing that for the sake of the little black square, I think is sad.
Yeah, it's depressing.
It is depressing.
It is depressing. I think of I mean, you're thinking of it in like a physical way and in a utility way. I think.
Yes.
But
okay.
But
I have thoughts about that as well.
But as a creative person, I think about that all the time. Like, why are we trying to outsource our ability to think to AI?
Sure.
Like, why is a machine thinking of a movie better than?
Mm-hmm.
What humans are thinking?
Sure.
Like I don't know. Why are they trying to take my job?
Let's hope it stops.
I know, but yeah, I think like there's an autonomy and a pride and a purpose to being able to light a fire, to being able to chop wood, to being able to crochet.
Sure, but even as simple as like being able to charge your phone when it's dead. Being able to put hand sanitizer on when you touch something gross.
Yeah.
And I think obviously people do keep things on their person, but I think the average person like keeps it as skinny as possible. And I think like I was kind of talking about like having what I need not only for myself, but if there's somebody around me that needs something.
Yeah.
Something I wrote down too was like I always keep a menstrual pad and a first aid kit in whatever backpack I'm wearing all the time. Like that is an essential.
And you physically will never need a menstrual pad.
No, never in a million years. But somebody will.
Yes.
Eventually.
Yes, and you are there.
And
you are
that's
ready.
Me.
Yes.
I am there for you, and I think that is something that's remiss among lots of people.
Do you carry anything like, artists always talk about art for art's sake. Like I just make art for the sheer joy of it. Is there anything that you carry just for the joy of carrying?
Oh.
Like I see a lot of toys.
The keychains are that. Let's go through a brief rundown.
Yes.
I have a tiny astronaut that I did paint myself. A little skeleton a little alien, glow in the dark cowboy hat, and a squirrel in an acorn tank.
And how much do those weigh collectively, would you say?
Not much.
Like a pound?
Less.
Yeah.
Not even.
But it's worth it.
Emotional weight, 4 billion pounds.
Do you think they serve any kind of social function, though? Like, do you think they make friends for you?
That's a really great question. Because being a functional person and also like being in a boy body, there is a level of, I think, fear that can come along with being in a boy body and being equipped or like having things that are not
like a menstrual pad.
No. Oh. I mean like from the outside, from like an outside perspective,
sure.
You know. And I think that those are double sworded, you know, like that is an expression of myself, but also a green flag of being like, okay, I am not scary. I'm always riding a line of being functional and cute.
Yeah, you feel like you have to up the cute so that people
so that
know
it's
not to
scary.
beat you or that you will beat them.
Exactly. Yes. Because I think that is a very common association. I think, and I do it myself. If I see a dude with like a decked out backpack that has lots of like dead giveaways, there is like an inherent fear that I have. And one of my greatest fears for me personally, that me having my things will instill that in somebody else. I think I do a pretty good job of like keeping it functional and cute.
Yeah.
But if it's too functional, it's scary. And if it's too cute, it's useless.
Yeah. And you also have the, if I may say, maybe I may not say, but like, you know, you are a person who wears sunglasses indoors.
Yeah, I have a light sensitivity.
And that's an acceptable reason. But, you know, as a person who wears sunglasses indoors and carries a large backpack.
Exactly. Yes, 1,000,000,000%. It's tough, too, because, like, the sunglasses are non-optional, right?
Yes.
So that inherently comes with some looks.
Yes.
And, like, questions and
you are wearing
unease.
kind of a khaki, an army khaki.
Yes. But doing it as cute as possible.
Yes.
Because, like, that is something that that's just, like, cooked in here. That's in the Brïn brain.
You look like you have good hygiene, which is a good indication. Like, you keep your hair fluffy and washed.
Yes.
So, like, I can tell you are a cute, clean person. Whereas, like, sometimes there's an association with others who might wear khaki and sunglasses indoors, that there should be some sort of odor or, you know.
I think, that's definitely a very specific type of person that I am trying to divert, because there is a Venn diagram of like things that are in common, and staying as far away from that as humanly possible.
Yes, I see where you're going. Yes. How many backpacks do you own? Is it just this one?
It's not. No. No. I think because this one is so large, it is. It definitely. Like, I don't take this to work. I'm selective. This is the most authentic representation of myself.
This is your personality backpack.
And that's something that I think too is also lost, like on the backpack as a whole. I think for a lot of people, it's an afterthought. Where I absolutely interpret it as the same as I view putting on a pair of shoes or like a hat or whatever, like using it as a true accessory. And I feel like most of the time it is forgotten. It's just, I have my backpack. It's whatever. Like, I got it in high school. I use it when I have to.
Yeah.
But having it be the same, like you use other, like your clothes or your pants, every decision you make for your clothes is like a representation of yourself. And I feel like the backpack is not really roped into that equation terribly often.
So I have a logistical question then. When you have a more work appropriate backpack, and then you're going to go out with friends and you're switching to your fun personality backpack.
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of like switching from backpack to backpack that you have to do, or do you like have everything equipped, ready to go?
Again, incredible question. Those are the questions to ask. There are two think of like a pencil case.
Okay.
Like a zipper hard shell pencil case. I have 2 of those. Okay, so there are obviously variations between each backpack, but in whatever I switch to, it's just those pencil cases and like my wallet. So effortless because it all used to be in separate compartments, and it would take me 15 minutes to switch bags, and if I'm switching bags every day, that gets annoying.
So in your pencil case, you have your chopstick.
Yeah.
You have your wallet. You have your phone.
Yes. Would you like me to go through the full list? Okay.
Yes.
I have a small camera, like a cute little camera, a lighter, a yo-yo, because I get bored, a plug-in wall charger, a pack of gum, my headphones, gloves, a pen, a flashlight, emergency flashlight that does not get touched. I'm very afraid of the dark. And then in my other one, I have some paracord, a aux cord. Keep an aux cord in your backpack, people. It comes in way more handy than you would guess, and nobody ever has one. A backup carabiner. I don't know if you know what they are. A gear tie. They're like a wire coated in rubber.
Oh, to keep wires.
Yeah. Yes.
Organized.
I keep one of those in there. I keep travel size of everything: deodorant, sunscreen, Aquaphor, chapstick.
In a pencil case? All of this is in a pencil case?
It's a wide pencil case. It's probably like 3 inches wide. Probably more like 5 inches wide.
Yeah, because I'm having a hard time picturing a pencil case fitting this all.
There may be only, it's got to be like 4 or 5 inches.
Is this the majority of the contents of your backpack?
Yeah. There are other things that go in there as well, but like I try and keep it as small as possible because it is so many varied things. A bottle of tahini, another lighter. 2 is 1 and 1 is none, you know?
Yeah. Is there... Yeah, so I'm going to take it that you probably have a strong opinion on JanSport, the brand that has been pushed at people as like the ultimate backpack.
I don't actually.
That's fine.
I think that if somebody has, the only exception is the drawstring backpack. If I see that you have the means and you're carrying a drawstring backpack, jail, immediate, not acceptable. So like a JanSport, step up 1,000,000,000%.
Okay.
But I think JanSport as a company, they make a lot of cool stuff. They've also been in business forever. So like I have a JanSport from the early 2000s that is incredible.
Yeah, no, my JanSport lasted me 20 years, so I thought that was success. Yeah. And perhaps it would have lasted longer if I'd never sat it in the salty water of the bus floor.
Oh, that'll do it. My other big thing is it's called the Hero Clip. You can use it to hang your bag. It's basically a carabiner with another hook on top.
It looks like a clothes hanger.
Yeah, you can use it to hang your bag on tables or bus seats.
Is this a separate thing that you can get for your backpack?
You can get it for anything. I just put it on my backpack.
So we are in our final minute.
Yep.
Is there anything else you would like to say about backpacks or something that you wish people would consider with backpacks?
I think we covered a lot of it. Yeah. Yes. I think bare minimum for a lot of people, keep hand sanitizer on you, keep water on you, $1.25. Keep it on you.
Oh, that's very handy.
Tweezers or a multi-tool, something to make yourself smell better. That's always a big key. Deodorant, perfume, whatever it may be.
Thank you, Bryn. All right, we'll catch you next week. Bye.